We just got back from our vacation just 2 or 3 days ago. Oh yeah, 2 days ago actually. And I don't know how it is for you, but for me, usually after unpacking, I don't know, we focus on unpacking and washing laundry, although I didn't have too much, I didn't pack too much stuff and I washed when I was there. Still, it's like, to get in the swing of things, I don't know, I just can't seem to get a good handle on keeping the house clean, and so now it's just a mess. And my daughter had her friend over yesterday and they did some crafts, and so there's glitter all over the dining room table, and there's like stuff in the kitchen, and there's like just stuff, like clutter. So just, I'm gonna tackle that and just give the whole house a good cleanup. The first room I'm working on is the guest room slash dressing room. That's where my clothes are, and that's also where we sometimes have guests stay over when my mom stays with us. And there's not really too much stuff there, but yeah, I always have the guest bed kind of made, and whenever Romy has a friend over, we take those mattresses and put it in her room. I love this room because there's not a lot of clutter going on, and it's a great place just to choose my clothes, to select them, and I also have really pared down a lot on clothes. I don't really clean those surfaces often. It's just because it's a room that is just used by me basically. So it really needed a good dusting. I don't know how you are, but for me, I always clean the living room, the kitchen a lot, and like the bathrooms. But the rooms that I don't really use a lot or have guests in, I just don't dust as often. How about you? Just leave it in the comments. I love this white rug, but I also try to keep the dog out of here. Usually our bedrooms are pretty much off limits for pets, but of course he comes up here sometimes. He always wants to be with us, but I try to not let him lie on that white carpet too much so it actually stays white. Oh, and there's still a lot of stuff that I didn't even get rid of yet. We sorted out Romy's closet, but I hadn't really gotten rid of the stuff, so that's something I still have to do. Another project to go, to take it somewhere to donate it. When I get up, I don't make the bed right away because you're supposed to let it air out, and so when I get up, I just kind of try to put the blanket aside so that it can air out. Otherwise, a lot of mites love that warm and moist climate. So yeah, that's when I usually make the bed a little later in the day. And I just love a nicely made bed. I don't have a lot of fluff or pillows on top, just a couple of pillows, and I just don't like to throw off a bunch of stuff and then put it back on. So like simple is best for me. The easier it is for me to actually clean up, the better. So any clutter, just, not good. I have my thermometer on here for in the morning taking my basal body temperature. I do this every morning. And so yeah, it's good to have it handy. And again, since this is the bedroom, I don't really dust this a lot. I just come here to sleep and then I pretty much forget that I even have this room. The thing is for us that Romy's bedroom is like right adjacent to mine, and it doesn't have a hallway in between, and that's why I don't go to bed unless you know, like when I'm in bed, Romy is sleeping right next door, and she wants me to keep the door open because otherwise she's afraid at night. And so I don't really use my bedroom other than for just going straight to sleep. And there was some string on this piece of furniture that, you know, my daughter is all into making bracelets and making, like, you know, strings and stuff out of thread and stuff. And so, yeah, I had to get that off my photo backpack, all my photo gear. And then my desk is usually never really messy. It's just putting away a few things, and my calendar. I got back from my trip, and so I had a bunch of tech on there that I still needed to put away. The living room wasn't too bad, just straightening up a few things, putting things away where they belong. And as always, my daughter just drops her clothes. She got something new, and then, you know, she just drops them right there where she is. And I always put some baskets when I clean up, when I tidy up, to put one basket for stuff that goes upstairs and one basket for stuff that goes downstairs. So as I tidy, I just put stuff in the baskets, and then I go upstairs or downstairs and take all the stuff with me to put it away. And our house has 3 levels, so otherwise it'll be like crazy walking up and down the stairs. Tons of toys in the living room just because my daughter just created her own YouTube channel, and she plays on it and stuff. And though we made some videos, and she still had all that stuff in the living room from that. And now I had to clean up her school bag and wash it before school started, because it actually started the next day, and I was kind of late doing all that, but it all still worked out. We do have a wood-burning kind of fireplace/oven, and it gets pretty messy when we use it just because there's ashes flying out sometimes and like pieces of wood, and so I had to straighten that up a little. And my daughter's art supplies, it just kind of, she just piles stuff on top, so I wanted just to go ahead and clean it up a bit. I actually really think that Romy is starting to get the hang of the principle of, like, when you actually tidy up and you put your stuff where it needs to go, everything has a designated place, that it's fun and that is really nice because you can use it so much better. And as you can see, it got dark, and I actually had to do the tidying up over the course of 2 days because I have appointments, I have to work, and I have to do stuff, so I don't always get to do, like, hours and hours. And so the next morning, just in case you're wondering, I'm always wearing something different. I work out in the mornings usually. And then I started tidying just a little bit more. We had bought some more school supplies and clothes for Romy's school. So yeah, that was all still there. was still some leftover food from the day before that I had put in the microwave, and Romy said she wanted those spaghetti, but then she ended up not eating them, so I put them in the fridge. And just a few more things in the dishwasher before I can actually start it. This is a heating bottle, and Romy wanted to have it in bed because she was cold the night before. As you know, I love it when my kitchen is clean. I don't know, when my kitchen is clean, it just feels like I can function so much better. The kitchen is kind of the hub of like the house because, you know, especially when you have kids, and I only have one daughter, but it seems like food is always the center of everything we do, like morning, lunch, evening, and in between, and snacks and drinks. And like I have lots of hot drinks, like hot matcha and like those hot lattes that I love. And by the way, I have a video about my 4 favorite healthy lattes. I'll link it up below. Lastly, wiping down the surfaces. So how are you with your kitchen counter space? I am always looking for more ways to reduce anything that has to go on top of the counter, and so it makes the cleaning so much easier. Dining room table for us is like the place where Romy does a lot of painting and crafting, so like there was glitter all over the place. Even when I vacuum it off, but it's like stuck everywhere. So like every chair had a little bit of glitter dust on, and so I needed to wipe it down. And what I use for surface cleaner is just some water, put a little bit of vinegar in there, like white distilled vinegar, and a few drops of orange essential oil. And it works so perfectly, and it's so cheap, and the vinegar smell doesn't bother me at all. Good deed of the day is vacuuming, and we have a dog. It seems like hair's always all over the place. It seems like he sheds all the time. If you have pets, comment below, do they shed a lot all year round? It seems to me like my dog never stops shedding. There are times certainly where he sheds more, but it's like, I don't know, there's like always hair. He's short-haired, but still, like, hair is always, especially on the carpets and on the hardwood floors, it just collects. And I hate walking around barefooted, or like not barefooted, but like just with socks, because then the socks are always like there's all this dog hair that sticks to the socks. All right, here. Oh, it looks so much better. I just can work so much better, and my mind is just less cluttered when my house is clean. Of course, it never stays that way. Hours later, or, you know, a few kids later, it just gets messed up again. But, you know, at least I have the feeling for a little while it felt perfect. Not quite perfect, but it's like you gotta do this every single day. I feel like the maid sometimes. It's like I clean up all day for hours and hours, and then it's just all messed up after a while. But, you know, that's just life with kids, and Romy is beginning to learn, and she is beginning to clean up her own things. But yeah, clean kitchen is always good. Of course it doesn't stay, because like you gotta cook several times a day. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching today.
I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.